Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cluster. Shut your mouth. This is episode 1. I'm Tanaj Fontes, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Cami.
Hi. I feel so quiet. All right, you go first since you did the introduction, so all is down to you, and tell them what you're about and what you do and who you are.
All right.
Take it away.
As I said, I'm Tanaj Fontes. I'm 28. I'm in New York, and lately I'm bumming and slumming and drinking all the time. You'll have to excuse my voice. It's kind of dead because I was out drinking and chanting and partying on Thanksgiving night.
As you do. What else is there to do on Thanksgiving apart from drink your life away? Well, since do you want to say anything else?
I did kind of eat with my family before I did all that. And there was
that's
drinking
good.
And partying before all
And
that
also you did not drink and drive.
No, I'm totally responsible. I drank,
Exactly.
left my coat at the bar with my glasses in my coat pocket, and I took a taxi home.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time and you were safe.
And how about you?
That's all that matters. Well, hi everybody. My name is Cami Banghard, for those of you who know me from Instagram and Twitter. But I come all the way from New Zealand via live Google Plus, bringing you New Zealand to New York, all over the map. And I am 24 years old. I am a graphic designer, makeup artist, what else? I do everything. I'm a jack of all trades, and this is what happens when you have ADD with jobs. You learn every single job, and you do whatever you want to do. But this is our little baby that we've just started, and a backstory to how we first met was through a mutual friend at the time, and I don't know, him and I just kind of hit it off. We bounced off each other, and, well, I think so. I don't know about
we both
you.
Hate Drake. Well, let's just put it out there.
And we both
hate
Drake. That was our bonding factor, and you know it. But, yeah, we met, and I came up with an idea because I feel like he has a great personality. And I feel like that's someone, I mean, if I meet someone in life that can talk more than I can, that's him. So I had this wild idea of, why don't we start something of our own, since we sit there and we have so many opinions and we like to talk about things. And we're open people, and here we are now. So yay to us and our baby.
Cluster,
and our first
shut your mouth.
By the way, all credits to the name go to this man right here.
No, it doesn't. It goes to Samuel L. Jackson. Get it right. Shaft.
Well, I mean, you're the one that came up with the idea. So I'm very happy with that.
All right. And I went into how I lost my voice chanting Brazilian words I don't even know, but I was chanting anyway.
Why were you doing that?
I was out with a bunch of Brazilians, and one of our boys who's in Brazil.
Did you think that you were Brazilian at the time?
I had a lot of alcohol in me. You know, I may have thought I was Brazilian.
Mind over matter. It's fine.
Okay, if I think it, I am it. That's the way it is.
Hey, that's what it is. What don't they say? When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Exactly. I was in an Irish bar with Brazilians, so I was doing what the Brazilian Irish people do.
I guess that's how it is, you know, in New York, and how crazy it is. Now, of course, I'm pretty sure that everybody knows who does follow me and who will be watching this. I love New York. I am jealous of TJ and his amazing place where he lives, and I even offered to be a doorstop in his house so I could live there.
Like I said, the offer still stands. If you really want to be a doorstop, you can.
The doorstop is coming. I will, and you'll see this. I will be sitting in a corner of your room, just sitting there hunched over and just waiting. Of course, the doorstop happens after I go to work, so it's like from 5 to 9 instead of
That's when
nine
the
to
door's
five.
going all off the hinges anyway, so that's perfect timing. It's really
Exactly.
perfect.
I hope so. So, since you heard about what were you telling me about Lil Kim and our pop culture references? Now, tell me what's going on with Miss Kim.
Recently she had a show in London at the O2, and according to every report I can hear, it was a wardrobe malfunction, or as our pals in London would say, a bloody wardrobe was all over the place. God damn it.
Okay, this is the thing. One thing is I'm surprised to hear about is Lil Kim still has a career. I love Kim. I'm not even hating, but despite that, like, I mean, really, who even pays for her to perform? Does she have to pay the bar or? And gave I bet you, do you know what it was? She ended up doing a striptease, and they said it was a wardrobe malfunction. That's what
I
it
was
was.
I was just surprised that you would even want to see her striptease with her face looking all busted like that.
I know. Oh, isn't it
I guess that shot's
awful?
fired. Is that shot? I think that shot's
It is.
fired.
It's shots fired. And I bet you she will probably tweet you in a second. She'll probably be like, fuck this guy, blah, 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 going crazy.
I got to get my
But
followers up anyway, so I'm down with that.
uh, get your followers up. That's I think that's one of your number one comebacks, isn't it? Get your followers up
Yeah, you got to get your
with the
followers
guy
up.
who with like 40 followers.
Exactly. The guy who doesn't even use Twitter half the time.
I know. And I tweet you and I get a tweet back 2 days later. It's fine. I mean, it's not serious.
All right, but I'll start having your tweets come directly to my phone.
You don't have to do that. Do you know the reason why? Because I know how annoying it gets when you get tweets to your phone.
I take it that you always get tweets coming to your phone like every day.
I have turned all my notifications off for Twitter. So I manually check it. I do the scroll thing. I don't even get the vibrations, nothing. I might turn my little badges on so I see what's going on, but that is annoying when people tweet you all the time.
See, the only notification I have on Twitter is direct messaging, and I get that a bunch. And even then, I'm still like, okay, I
Who
see it.
directs messages? Hold on a second. Who
40
direct
followers.
messages you?
I got 40 followers.
Oh shit.
My followers
Somebody
are
be
loyal.
getting it in. How come you don't tell me about this? We're not
About
friends
direct
anymore. We
messaging.
ain't no new friends. No new friends.
All right,
I
President
had
of the
to.
Fan Club.
I had to. Though I think you're such a sweet guy, but this isn't fucking matchmaking. Let's go on to Kanye. Um, our favorite person. I think who I hate more than Drake is Kanye, and that is fighting words right there.
I wouldn't go that far, but I would say that Kanye done lost his damn mind. He's been like over the past 2 or 3 nights at the Barclays Center and at MSG. He's been like auto tuning his rants. It's really, really
Oh
amazing to watch. It's fucking stupid.
Okay, so this started. I've never been a fan of Kanye. I used to be a fan way back in the day, like Through the Wire and All Falls Down, Jesus Walks. I was a fan.
His last good
Now
album was my Dark Twisted Fantasy. I
I
love that
like the
album.
album too, but I only like one song on it.
Oh, I like the entire album. So
Okay, well you
that
can
was
talk
the only
about
time
that
in my
with
life I was a
people.
blatant Kanye fan because I was like,
Oh
this dude got fire.
hell. Now, so I kind of lost Kanye. Kanye
Kanye
started
lost
becoming
Kanye.
relevant. He started becoming relevant to me when he started dating Kim, so he became Kanye Kardashian, Avi. Now, Mr.
Precious Kanye.
Kardashian did the 107 breakfast
105.1.
club.
You knew
What is
that
it,
if you were in
sorry?
New York. It's Power
What is
105
it?
point Power
I
105.1.
don't
It's a New
know.
York rap station.
Listen, do you know what I think about when I think radio? I think Wendy Williams, and I always think something else. So my apologies to New Yorkers. Um, and I ended up watching that interview, and of course I had to share it with you. Who else would understand the level of craziness I felt except you. Tell me what you think. I want to know.
Um,
Because we
I
haven't really talked about it.
I'm just glad that I wasn't the only person who was watching like the last 15 minutes of it was trying to figure out what the fuck Kanye was saying. Language, please. But all I know is Kanye is a really, 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 really weird person. But according to Kanye, at around 2013, I'll understand what Kanye's saying for 2013. That's the only part about that
Do
whole
you
40-minute interview
think
I understood.
do you think that Kanye will be relevant in 5 to 10 years from now?
In my honest opinion, other than for a laugh, Kanye is not relevant now.
Those are some fighting words. Um, I do agree with you. I think that Kanye has really lost. Okay, I know this sounds crazy, but I do kind of understand where he's coming from. I kind of get it.
You got it more than I did. Because
Just a little bit. I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, what he's doing is not necessarily the right way. Like how he's getting attention is not the right way. Just my opinion, obviously.
the floor is yours. Go on.
But I do think I get what he's trying to do. I get that he's trying to change things, but you can't change things while trying to be part of corporations. You can't change things when you're already a multimillionaire. You can't do that because that makes you above us in some sort of way. When you sit there and you call yourself Jesus and you call yourself the next greatest thing like Tupac and blah, 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 and you think you're above everybody, how is that trying to change the world when you are part of the society that corrupts the rest of the world? Just my opinion. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but see, the reason why when he was going on about how he was changing everything, and I just completely just tossed that all to the wayside because
Mm,
my brother is what I call a soul man. Both of them, they love
okay.
sneakers, so I call sneaker lovers soul people. SOLE,
Mm-hmm.
not SOUL.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when the first Kanye sneakers came out or whatever, and they both went standing on that line paying the $400, $500 or whatever it was. You don't change the world by selling
No,
$500 sneakers.
no, not at all.
And then Charlamagne
And
called him
that's
out
what
on
I
that too.
mean.
He was saying he's
It's
changing the
just,
world, but he was selling a $100 T-shirt.
it's like, where is it going? And what do you do that you really are doing to change the world? You're selling albums. You're making yourself a marketing person. You're marketing yourself. How is that changing the world? Oh, I'm planning to change the world. How? By selling T-shirts? How is that changing the world? He's not doing anything profound that hasn't already been done before.
I would agree. Once again, and the way I'm looking at it, he's not changing anything even by selling. If
No,
he was selling a $10
no, not at
T-shirt or
all.
whatever, it's he's changed. The only thing he's changing about the world is the way I view comedy. I said it.
Hey, why doesn't he become a comedian?
Because there's Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle,
This is true.
Louis
But
C.K.
he's a non-trying type of comedy. He's the type of comedy that when he opens his mouth, people just laugh.
The thing is, I think his comedy is like a weird, sophisticated kind of comedy. Because when he opens his mouth,
Oh, please.
people don't laugh originally. You got to think about it and try and figure out and piece the shit of what he's saying together. And then after a while, you're like,
Do you not remember when he told people to stop buying Louis Vuitton?
oh yeah, he was saying everybody in France, if you're a black person,
He was like, people,
or was
stop
it
buying Louis
Atlanta?
Vuitton. I'm going to be the greatest thing because people are really going to buy it. Now, one thing that really kills me is I think he thinks Louis Vuitton and Versace and Chanel were all created like 5 to 10 years ago. I don't think he realizes these companies have been around for a good 30 plus years.
Kanye don't know. He don't even know his last name. He called himself Kanye Kardashian. So
He
you're
doesn't
telling me that he
mind.
doesn't. If you're telling me that he doesn't know when this was built, when that was built, I'm pretty sure he does.
Well, I do think this is he is proof of what happens when you date people or you surround yourself by people who are and lower IQ than you and don't know how to communicate. And this is what happens. You become to think that you are Jesus that walks, and you think you're the greatest person with the best opinions, because everybody in life comes to ask you for questions. Like, could you imagine Kim going to Kanye and be like, Kanye, how can I open this can? And he's like, hey, yo, don't worry, baby, I got you. And he'll grab it and he'll just like open it. He'll be like, here you go. And she's like, oh, and he's like Jesus-like in her eyes.
Then it's a match made in heaven.
Well, that's what happens when you date someone more crazier than you are. But despite
Don't go
all
crazy on me.
that, okay, this is my predictions. Now, if people haven't seen R. Kelly and Lady Gaga's performance on SNL,
You need
go
to if
watch
you didn't.
it. Go watch it, because that performance, I feel, did not get enough cover in the media to be as legendary as it is.
All I gotta say is that if it was Miley Cyrus instead of Lady Gaga, everybody would have blown up. It would
Oh,
have
of
been
course,
everywhere. Since it was
of
Lady
course.
Gaga and R. Kelly, it's like you had to tell me about it. Nobody even said anything about it.
No,
That's
I'm
the,
so
the
surprised. No one thought how crazy it is now. Okay, this is a rundown of the performance. And of course, the song is Do What You Want, which I love. I adore that song. I love the whole Art Pop album. Oh my God, it's legendary. Whatever. Um, the rundown of the performance, Gaga standing on stage looking cracked out as fuck in her one-piece jumpsuit, dancing like she's in a 90s pop band by herself, no one else. And then you have R. Kelly coming on stage, who's dressed in all white and glasses and his hair done, and then looking creepy as fuck and grinding and bumping. And then at one point
you
he
gotta say.
lifts her above his shoulders with her butt sticking out to the camera, and then another point he does push-ups on her,
Thank you,
which
R.
I
Kelly.
thought
Thank you.
I thought it was amazing. When was the last time you saw someone else do push-ups on someone?
This is a rated, I'm gonna say PG-13. I cannot say when. It's R-rated. I cannot do it. But
When
the
was the
other good
last
part
time?
about the other good part
Years
about that whole
ago.
thing, yeah, exactly. People don't do push-ups on other people no more.
No, no, I haven't seen that done since the 90s video, and I have to look up. I think it was an Aaliyah video where they do like push-ups on the ground and on the street. Keep in mind, every like 90s R&B hip hop video was on the street with rain, wet ground, lights, and people were doing push-ups.
It's how you knew you was really, really gangster. You wasn't gangster unless you had that rap video on the
All
streets in
in
the
the
rain with the
low-rider
dude doing
jeans and just like real baggy and just
with the
guys.
topless car.
Yes, laying on the car, and
Yep.
something had to be drawn on the car. It's
Had
something
a
rather big.
graffiti backdrop.
And everybody in the 90s always had a leather jacket. Why was that?
I didn't even own I still never owned a leather jacket.
I have three.
I need to change that. Maybe that's what I'll buy since I need a new coat now anyway.
I have three. I have one studded one, a bomber one, and a Chinese collar one.
I'm gonna get a studded one like R. Kelly had.
My mind's telling me no, but my body. That's all I can think of, you know? God, R.
All I
Kelly.
think of is
But
get
well, apparently it's the video is being directed by Terry Richardson. Is that his name? Don't quote me on that. He's the guy that shoots people, most celebrities, behind the white backdrop, and it's very high contrast flash.
Hold on. Going back
But
a little bit, see the same person that did Kanye's Bound 2 video because that was terrible.
no, it wasn't.
Thank God.
No, it wasn't. It's not going to be. So I
Terry
either
Richardson's
think
the one who did Wrecking Ball, the Miley Cyrus one.
Oh yeah, he did.
So yeah, this
So
video is going to be
he's
amazing.
I can't wait for it. So he's directing the video, and he is actually quite. I mean, he's not very artistic. He's not very innovative in his photography, but he always makes the celebrities look good, and that's all that matters, and that's all we really care about at the end of the day. Now, I
For the most part, it's
have
just
one or
sexual,
two
which is why the
theories.
video is going to be amazing.
One or two theories. The video is either going to be a complete mess or it's going to be flawless.
I would agree with both of those points, and either way, that means the video is going to be amazing. Because it's
Exactly.
if it's going to be a complete mess video, it's going to be like
I cannot wait.
exactly like we're talking worst case is going to be like SNL Part 2. I can do that.
In that case, it's going to be amazing. I kind of prefer like a messy type of video, like just grunge and just dirty. Like if SNL wasn't live and it wasn't like a kind of a family show where everyone watches it, it was like
So
more
basically, if
sexual, more
SNL
later.
came on cable TV at 4 a.m.
Yeah. And I would love to see that and like what they were going to do and like where that push up was really going.
Oh, I know where that push-up was going.
I know, right? If only you got to see the uncut version.
Myself, a certain Miss Lady has been getting love letters,
I wasn't expecting that.
which is what makes it
Did you
all the
see
more
my
better.
face? I'm like,
He's like, wait, what? Already?
oh God. Yeah, I
So,
wonder who that is.
so
I
tell
don't
me,
know who you're talking about.
Miss Thing, how's this new apple of your eye doing?
He's not doing anything. He's gone. My plan worked.
Tell us more about this plan.
Um, okay, not to use any names, but
We'll
I
call boy Jack. That works.
okay, Jack works because that's not even close to his name. Wait, I can't even remember his name.
That's perfect then. Jack. That's his name. His name was Jack.
Oh no, I remembered it now. This is how important this person was to me. Oh, I feel a horrible person. But, you know, this is the thing. And I'm going to do a little background check. I have issues with gentlemen like him who I would like to be friends with and just keep it on a friendly basis. And then they tend to take it to that other step where they profess their love for me and I'm not in love with them. And then when I try to be a nice person and I try to be as honest as I can in everyday life, and when I try to say, listen, it's not going to happen, let's just be friends, shit like this goes down. And that's really the background of it. Him and I really, we had great conversations. We connected over something that was stupid and fun, and then it kind of turned into a serious thing, and I wasn't feeling it at all. I'm not looking for anything anyways, as you know, but I got a love letter. Um, what? Not last night. Actually, it was last night. It was earlier last
Yeah.
night, and I got a love letter, and I didn't get it until later on in the night, and I laughed, and I rolled, and I shrugged it off. I didn't even bother to reply, but professing your love for me and telling me how much you fell in love with me and how you can't do this anymore and how you hate the fact that I flirt with other guys when we weren't even together just makes you look crazy. It makes you look like you have issues, and I get over it. And I'm always on to the next one. What's your opinion out of it? You read the letter.
Like I said, you're the devil incarnate. You just ripped Jack's poor heart out of his chest, and
Well, Jack needed a reality check. You know, they used to call me succubus in high school. It was for a good reason. It wasn't, no one ever said it in bad taste, but in reality, it is what it is. If my heart was broken, if someone really ripped out my heart, I'm not going to sit there and write them a love letter. I'm going to slowly just wean myself off them and move on with life. But what did you think? Like, no, in reality, what did you think of it? Did you think I was mean? He never
Um,
made it to seem like my fault. He said it's all his fault.
but I'll give him that. He did say it was pretty much all his fault, and he shouldn't have caught feelings, which is right. You shouldn't catch feelings. That's
That's
a
what
Drake move.
happens.
And and
Oh my God.
and no spicing it up by calling it a love letter. It was more like I got to get out of here. I'm too deep letter. That's what it really was.
I'm too deep. He
He's in
was
too
not
deep.
even too deep. There was nothing to be too
It
deep
was
in.
he was about an inch in, and it was just too deep for him.
The poor guy. Don't you think that, do you think that I should reply?
No, like I said before, if you're gonna reply after he gave you a goodbye letter, it's basically telling him to
A
to stay
goodbye
around.
later.
It's not you don't reply to a goodbye letter. It's like somebody tells
Well,
you later, you don't
apparently,
say, huh?
apparently, this is what happens when you fall in love with me. You get either you're heartbroken or you just get fucked over. Simple. Unless I fall in love with you, but it hardly ever happens. No one ever sees that side of me. But I have, in all new news, I have a new man crush. I told you, I'm always on to the next one. And he's very handsome, but he's just very easy on the eyes. Nothing serious, obviously. I don't even talk to him, but I just like to flirt with him.
On to the next one.
Always on to the next one. I usually have two or three in the back burner, just stewing. I was actually going to put in the boy part of tell us what's going on in sports and any gossip that's going on there.
Um, well, I would have to isolate it down to New York since I am a New York sports fan, first and foremost. And this is the part where you fall asleep. Um,
Yeah.
right before we did this, I was watching the Giants game, and that ended controversially. And I can't wait for tomorrow to know to
What
basically listen to
happened that made it
everybody.
end controversially?
The Redskins, Washington's professional football team, for those who aren't in the know, had a first down that they retracted to a fourth down. So the Redskins ran a first down play, which you would never run during a third and one, and they ended up getting a retroactive fourth down, basically a big official blow up, and it basically cost
I
them the
don't know
game.
what any of that means, but I'll take your word on it. For sure.
there's
Um,
there's
well,
that.
when do you find out what goes on tomorrow?
Um, you can find some of it on probably right now if I was to turn on ESPN, but then that means I wouldn't be here. So sacrifices,
Exactly.
sacrifices.
And that is commitment, ladies and gentlemen, right there. I completely agree. But to round all this off, we shall put a ending to our great live show. And basically, to sum it down, is this is our first live show, just trying to get to know us and what we're about. And then most likely we will be having people on here that we will be getting to know and asking questions. I have a few people that are favorites on YouTube and on social media sites in store, and they will be on next week. So by that time, hopefully we'll get a little buzz generating and a few people can watch this and see if they like us or not. Who knows? We might get some celebrities on here from Days of
Oh,
Our Lives.
there you go with Days of Our Lives again.
You know why? Because I would probably faint. You
Okay.
would be doing the whole interview. I'd be like,
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know what you're from, but she says you're
do you
popping.
realize, this is just another little tip, is that I've been watching that show since I was 6 years old. 6 years old, growing up with these people, and if I ever got to meet one of them or even interviewed one of them, that's like a dream come true. Like I have been there with all the kidnappings and all the serial killings and the dead coming back to life. Like
And the
I was there.
exorcisms.
And exorcisms. How could I forget? I
That's
was
all I know
there.
about.
So to have those two people, especially my favorite couple, I was there like every love making and every fight and every like growing up and every birth. So to have those people that I've idolized, you know what? The funny thing is, I have watched Deidre Hall from such a young age that I wanted to get into acting because of her. I went and took acting classes because of her, because I wanted to be working brighter side along with her. Obviously, I can't because by the time I get out there, she'll probably be off the show. But that used to be my dream.
Well, that ain't a New York doorstop.
I know, but I mean, like, that's my second dream. But the first one didn't work out. But you know, they really used to be my dream. I used to want to be like right alongside Deidre Hall. Like, I would probably die. My sister actually told me if when I go back to Burbank, because Burbank's right next to her house, she was like, "We'll go on a Universal City tour and BC tours." And I was like, "Do you realize I would probably poop my pants?"
That's so bad.
This is how much I love these people. Imagine meeting someone that you have watched for such a long time and you finally get to meet them. Like, who's your favorite person in media that you've never met before?
That I've never met before.
Mm.
Okay, that takes out Shawn Michaels. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Probably Will Smith.
Drake.
No. No. I know that much. No. Rather me
Will
Kanye.
Smith, there you go.
Yeah,
Imagine if
Will
you
Smith.
met Will Smith. That is like a great thing because you've watched him since such a young kid. You've been a fan of all his work. And imagine meeting that person. That's an accomplishment. That is something that you can live to tell and be like, that is a dream come true.
I take a
That's
picture
how
just so
I
I can show it
feel.
to all my friends and be like, see, I do not look like him.
But in reality, though, I think that I would love to meet them. That would be great. But aside from that, back to on topic, what we were talking about is
Okay.
this is what we're trying to do, basically, to sum it all up, is trying to interview people that are wanting to change the world, that have something interesting to say, that want to do something proactive in this world. And we're just trying to help you to help us and to have a good time and not take life too seriously because, you know, we've been both through hardships in life and it's just time to do something we both love, which is being out there and crazy and getting to know people. And we both enjoy talking, so why not?
I just wanted to
Do you
talk.
want to add anything onto that, my dear?
Like I said, I just wanted to talk.
There you go. That's all it is. He just wanted to talk. But in reality, that's what it is. So if you know anyone that is in the media or wants to get a word out there, why not? Tell them about us and we'll be happy to hear from them. And I'll be for sure contacting a lot of people to see who can come on, just to see what they're about, getting to know them, having a good time. That's what it is, seeing a different side of people. That's what I want.
You're right.
This
But
guy, I can't with you. You are
there you go with that
crazy.
again.
I cannot. I tell him, you know that's one of your favorite saying. Anyway, since you brought us in, take us out.
All right. So, well, the last topic that I kind of want to touch on, just on a more somber note, this is totally not joking anymore, is last night Paul Walker died, and so I just wanted to say rest in peace, Paul Walker. I know that they say they were in the middle of filming a couple of his more intensive works for the new Fast movie that they were filming, Fast 7, I think it is. And rest in peace. That's all I wanted to say about that.
Very true. It's very sad, and he was so young. And unfortunately, he died very tragically, and hopefully, he's just in peace now. And that's all we can hope for.
Okay. And with that, I'd like to bid you guys all adieu. You can follow me on Twitter. It's at After Effect. That is a letter number 4 instead of the letter E or A, whichever
I
you want
think
to
he
go.
should change his Twitter name, just saying.
To what?
Like your name, like a cool name, be like
I'll give it
Drake's
to
Room.
nah, Marvin's Room. It's gonna be Marvin's Room
Yeah,
now.
but change it to something else that's better, you know.
All right.
Um, but I think he
I'll give
should
it
change his
something.
name. But for now, it's After Effects, so follow
Yes,
him.
it's easy. And
And
with that,
I'm at Cami Banghard. Don't forget about me. He only
like
promotes
I could,
himself.
not at all. I
How
promote you all the time.
rude.
I retweet you all the time. Come on now.
No, you don't. I never get any fucking notifications about you retweeting me.
Okay, I only retweeted you once,
Yeah, exactly.
but that's probably my most recent tweet also. It's probably my
So
most
please
recent
follow
tweet.
us on Twitter, follow us, and get to know us and ask us questions because we're cool people. But don't ask me for nudes.
Don't ask you for what?
Nudes.
Nudes? Okay. I thought you said news. I was about to say, if I'm not going to
Well, they're
ask you for
already out there
news,
anyways.
Google it. There.
Google me.
Google it.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's been great. Thank you, TJ, for being such an amazing co-host with me.
You too. This has been Cluster Shut Your Mouth. This is episode 1, and we are out of here.